Hey guys, I want to show you a really fun Detonate Dead build I've been playing. Well, I would say it's just like all the bone skills build, and it's felt really good. I've been playing it now for pretty much the season start, the whole beta, and it's just been really good damage. Like, you can blow everything up really fast. Like, if a boss has ads, it does a ton of damage. It's just been a lot of fun. And then this is just like a regular 2-socket Detonate Dead build. Nothing super special. Then I also use Bonestorm. Yep, we're just using a regular 2-socket Detonate Dead. So I want to quickly show you the 3 different skills I'm talking about right now. Right here, first one we have is Bone Cage. Okay, I want to show you what you kind of do when you're leveling to get this started out. You can use any class, a witch, a sorc, a monk, whichever you would prefer to play, and you can pretty much change this as long as you're basically scaling into cast speed, physical damage, spell damage, whatever you want to use, and whatever defenses you try to set up with. Okay, so starting out, you can get Bone Cage really early. You can also get Bonestorm when you're level 14 at a level 5 gem. And this one is your big mega boss killer. Then later on, Corpse Explosion is what really makes clearing really great. Detonate Dead. You get this at level 22. So you can get that round Act 2 sometime, and that's when you really start to pump the damage. Kind of want to show this boss here. It's probably like one of the hardest bosses in the game, I think, especially at an early level. Like, I think I painfully died to this boss so many times when I was leveling up. This is probably at the build's weakest point, I would say. Got a bunch of ads in now. Also, very helpful that I am playing a witch right now. It makes this way easier. There you go. And you're ready, Brad. Start bone caging all over the place. Try to kill these guys as fast as you can. They can also pin up and save you from them attacking you. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and show this in action in maps now. So basically, I just use my bone cage to basically generate one corpse. So I can basically start the chain reaction with blowing everything up. And the more pack size you got, the more this is going to work better. Because you basically, sometimes you get like a chain reaction where you kill a monster and they just keep coming. And, you just start blowing everything up. Like, here's a good spot. There's just monsters everywhere. We're just going to keep blowing them up. Hopefully we can get to the point more come. Well, that's pretty much the end of them there. But, yeah, it's super nice for very dense maps with monsters. Also, I want to show you one great thing about Detonate Dead is you got the base fire damage for it. Then you also have deals physical damage equal to 20% of the corpse's max's life. So, yeah, this is still going to be good in tier 15, 16 to 18 maps, right? Because the monster's going to have way more life. So, this skill constantly gets a damage upgrade no matter what. The harder the content, the more monsters, the better it does, the better it shines. So, it's my favorite skill right now. It's been super useful. It's been wonderful for clearing maps. Here we got a rare in this pack. And see, we just basically blew up that rare really quick. It's very, very solid skill. Now here, I don't have any corpses near him, so I'm going to go ahead and do my Bonestorm. And that's when I use basically my single target skill. But yep, I've really enjoyed this for doing maps, and I thought it was a really strong build, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. Alright, I kind of want to go through basically the skill gems when we use, like Bone Cage, Flame Wall, Bonestorm, Shield Charge. We actually weapon swap with the Shield Charge. I'll show you something really great about that. So, I got my basic Bone Wand and my Focus for lots of damage. And then in my second set, I have a shield. So I can actually use a Shield Charge without even swapping weapons. Now in PoE2, which is super nice, is you can set which weapons set you want to use the skill on. So you basically, you just press your arrow over here. You pick your second stat. And, We're not using this for any melee benefits. We just want to make it as fast as possible and reduce the cooldown. So I got like more attack speed, cooldown recovery. So we can just use it as much as possible. And it's really great for, closing gaps, getting through maps quicker. It's a really great thing to have. And then anytime you cast another spell, it automatically switches back to your focus weapon, which is great. And then when you do this, you want to make sure that in all your skills, you make sure you have it set to your first weapon so it automatically swaps back. So that's how you do a quick weapon swap setup to use shield charge. It's a great thing in PoE 2, and I love it. All right, so let's talk about the skills now. Bonestorm, Bone Cage, Flame Wall, Detonate Dead. And also, too, later on, I like to use Blasphemy that basically instead of replacing the SRS out, I do Enfeeble, some clarity and mana regen, health regen stuff you need. So Bonestorm right now, I'm using with that is Splinter, which breaks all the armor so they take more physical damage. That's a huge thing. Adds a lot of damage to your bosses. And then I also got Heft, more maximum physical damage. Arcane Tempo, more cast speed. That has a lot to do with our cast speed. Big issue. Like I say, this thing takes like 4 seconds to charge up if you don't have any cast speed, and I have a lot of it on the tree. Detonate Dead, the only thing I really say you should have is this Corp Conservation, which gives you a chance to pop one again, and then Magnified Effect for more area of effect, because we're building a lot of area. And like right now, I just have Blind. Pretty much use whatever you want with that. Flame Wall, we're doing more effect duration, basically, because I'm shooting my spikes through it. And Fortress for a circle, so it just goes around you. It's kind of nice to have it go around you, and you're aiming at a boss. It just goes through it. It's nice. Bone Cage, I have this set up to be kind of like my killing machine right now. It's at level 22. I got Spell Echo, so it casts twice, just more damage. Then I got Considered Casting. A little less cast speed, gives it another 25% more damage. And then Inspiration, basically, to just reduce the mana cost, because this is really heavy intensive in mana, especially when you get up to your Bonestorms. Like at my current level, it's 365 mana per second, so you'll drain it out really fast. And I got Bone Cage down to 121. You can pretty much fluctuate too, whichever. You can only use one Inspiration right now, but it can pretty much put it on any skill that you want. Just that, like it could be good on the Bonestorm as well, just to get more damage into bosses. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out so you can kind of see the whole path I took in case you're wanting to set up just like I do. And I'll go ahead and look at my gear now too. Yep, cast speed, area of effect. This is cast speed and armor in that spot. This, pretty much traveling for attribute points, so you can get more mana, more life, and you got your skill speed down here. There's also a little cast speed here. Then we reach over here. We also have another thing that's really important is mana regen. You need a lot of mana to regen with this build. It really starves for mana. So I do have this whole wheel of mana regen. And then back down through here in the armor. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my gear too. With this build, you want mana and life on every single piece of gear. So like this, we got mana, life. You just need a ton of mana for Bonestorm because it costs a lot of mana. Pretty much all spellcasters, you gotta have like mana on every single gear. I do not have it on my chest. I still need that. I got mana on my focus. My focus has a lot of damage. I got spell damage, spell physical damage, and critical hit chance. So yeah, trying to work a little bit of crit into that too. Also have cast speed on every possible piece of gear. We got life and mana on my boots. And of course, run speed. You want run speed, of course. And same thing, belt, life, mana, then some resists. Gloves, life, mana, and some resists. Gear's so expensive now too. Basically anything with resists on it with life and mana costs at least 10 exalt a piece, so you're going to cough up a lot of money for that kind of stuff. I got really lucky with this ring. It has a lot of resists, life and mana. Preferably too, I'd love to have cast speed on my rings. Getting resist, cast speed, and like chaos resistance all together is just will cost a fortune. You're talking 100, 200 exalts and stuff on gear. So basically, I'm scraping by just to get enough resist so I can survive in maps to be strong enough. Now, weapons, these are interesting right here because Bonestorm will kill and Corpse Explosion, Detonate Dead, it will kill too, regardless of what level. Like, you can put a level 5 Detonate Dead in, and it's still going to kill everything. So, increasing all your levels of your skills is just making you cost more mana, so it doesn't hurt. Like, I have another weapon right here where I'm basically just getting triple added damage, and it's not increasing my mana cost at all. So you don't have to be worried. Like, you could still go without plus skills right now and still do plenty of damage. You know, like, I'm getting 75% damage increase from elementals added to all my corpse explosions and my Bonestorms with just that wand right there, and it's not costing me any more mana. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned something about these skills, and maybe you found something you want to play. Thanks for watching, yeah, and sub if you like.